So I think the Chancellor has delivered the right budget in tough times for the UK economy. We know that growth has slowed. We're seeing growth of around 1.5% this year and next. That's really driven by higher inflation, which is having an impact on household incomes and slowing spending on the high street. That's why I think it was really welcome to see that the Chancellor has moved to make business rates, the major tax on our high street shops, rise in line with CPI inflation rather than RPI inflation. I think the high street shops and factories around the country will welcome that move. I think it's also important that the Chancellor has set aside £3 billion to help government departments prepare for a new relationship with the EU. One of the things that businesses have talked to me about is concerns they have about the government getting ready for some of the changes that are out there. So it's good to see some of that preparation underway as we speak. But importantly, I think the Chancellor has announced some important investments in our long-term growth so that we can grow our way out of austerity. And really that focus is around housing, it's around local transport connections. So there's £1.7 billion, of which half of that will be available to the 6 metro mayors so that we can get the transport connections in Birmingham, in Manchester and Bristol that those cities need. But also importantly, other areas around the country will be able to bid for the other half of that pot. So we should see some transformation in transport in Yorkshire and Devon and other areas in the country that need that vital investment. And I think he has had the right focus on getting us ready for the technological change that is gripping the UK and the global economy. So a real focus on digital connectivity, on artificial intelligence, on the move to a low carbon economy and the transformation that's coming down the track with the move to more driverless cars. And a real focus on investing in R&D, so an extra £2 billion for research and development here in the UK by the end of the Parliament. That will be really welcome to businesses up and down the country. And finally, there's been a real focus on getting more capital into our growing businesses. This has been one of those challenges of how do growing and young businesses access the capital they need to grow as fast as their ambitions have. And the government's putting more money into the British Business Bank to deliver that growth. I think these important investments in our skills, our communities, our transport infrastructure and innovation will help to drive the long-term growth that we need to see in the UK economy.